Hello guys, welcome to EOV's podcast. So today we have a guest, Sachin. So Sachin, can you introduce yourself?
For sure. Thanks Suraj for having me. So I'm Sachin Sonone, working with the industry since 10 years. So more than 10 years. I work with the Python, PHP, Node.js front-end, the all technologies, whichever you name, I will just work on that one. So yep, I'm here for your Python.
Awesome. So सचिन, मार्केट में हम बहुत नाम सुन रहे हैं पाइथन. So आप कुछ बता सकते हैं पाइथन के बारे में?
Yeah, sure. Like so developers finds it easy. So बहुत easy लर्न करने के लिए और वो बहुत कम्युनिटी भी बहुत बड़ी है उसके अंदर. Then when you name it anything like Instagram, it's work with the Python framework. So it's a Django they use there. Then there is a YouTube, they use the Python backend. So like developers looking forward to that one. It's a huge organization. Google also used used the Python as well. So developer finds it easy to be cope up with that one. करियर के लिए भी अच्छा है. तो आजकल की जिंजी है तो जनरली वही प्रेफर करते हैं कि AIML में जा सकते हैं, वहाँ पे डेटा मॉडल्स बनाते हैं. So yeah, for sure it's too easy for learn. So the guys find it well. So software developers are looking forward to that one.
आपने अभी बोला कि इंस्टाग्राम भी पाइथन से बना है. सो ऐसे कोई और एप्लीकेशंस है जो पाइथन से बने हैं या कोई और, या सिर्फ इंस्टाग्राम पाइथन से ही बना है?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं हुआ है. या राइट क्वेश्चंस. लाइक आई लाइक दैट वन बट नॉट एग्जैक्टली द पाइथन. सो देयर आर सम लाइब्रेरीज एंड फ्रेमवर्क्स. पाइथन कम्स विद ह्यूज लाइब्रेरीज. So बहुत सारी libraries उसके behind. Then we have community for that, maintaining that one. So there are some frameworks like Django. There is a framework. Plus is there. So the fast API is there. So like server side encryption, like other stuff, it's included majorly over there. So you can find Django in that one. Then you can find Flask. You can find some JavaScript as well in that one. So integrated in between that one. So if you are focusing on a Python, so you can have the music application. I just forgot his name. Spotify. It's also, I guess it's in a Django. Use that one. And so in early said like if you go back the decades, there are the Tornado, it's base framework. Then there is a Pyramid was there. So there are still those are using, but trend is slowly moving to the fast APIs because everything's becoming serverless and API based system. So yeah, fast APIs majorly currently guys are using and learning forward to that one.
Okay. अच्छा सचिन, मुझे एक बात बताइए, अगर मुझे कोई ट्रैवल इंडस्ट्री का ऐप बनाना है तो can we use Python or should we go for another language?
Great questions. Like you means like on the fly real time bookings and stuff. Yeah, great questions. I'd like to answer that one. So there are multiple languages over there, but why I suggest Python. So I already mentioned. So it's a huge community. We have the easiest language to prefer. Like anyone can start who knows just the basic coding. You can learn the Python. So it will be easy to get support from the software developers, and then it's secure. Then we have real-time communication. So I mentioned like earlier Tornado framework. So it's also a great one. Then earlier there was a Twisted framework. So these are a couple of frameworks which can use for travel registration, real-time booking. So the TCP/RTP protocols are there. Those are too easy to integrate that one. So yeah, you can prefer that one, but it will get one advantage. Like you can see the trend is going through AIML. So if you like want to automate with the bots, so it will be helpful if it can be a transition, because AIML the language models which are building, which is majorly built in the Python, and then the R language. But R is much difficult than Python. So your developer can be easily get libraries and supports to AIML. Can switch to from the current version to that one. So it will be a good choice to be a Python, and you can use a Tornado framework or any Flask or fast API for real-time communication with that one, because these continuous transactions are there because real-time transition should be there, communication should be there for flights. Yeah, it's a good choice.
Okay. So आप बार-बार framework का बात कर रहे हो, तो there are lots of frameworks or?
So depending on requirements, there are multiple frameworks. So there is a Flask. The current trend is going with the Django. Because like why I'm mentioning Django, there are so Instagram
Can you some elaborate that frameworks? क्यों हम use करते हैं, क्या है उसमें सब कुछ?
So like I mentioned, like depending on requirements. So like what exactly you are looking forward to. So it's just server communication. So there are fast APIs. You can use that one. So just APIs. Then you can use that front end is React. So it will be helpful for that one. Then Django is a huge application development. So CMS also you can build that one. Flask of course similar down the line. And I also mentioned the Twisted framework and the Tornado Pyramid. These frameworks are basically the large framework for large applications for real-time communications, or even not exactly going with the frameworks. You can use a particular packages from that particular framework. You can use that one independently. You can install it, and separately you can import that particular package, and you can use it. So I already mentioned, I guess, TCP/IP protocols with real-time communications. So many developers trying to build chatbots, robotics, and likewise. So it will be easy from that. You can take up some functionality from particular XYZ framework like Flask. You can use it, and simultaneously you can use that Twisted and just import some couple of packages from that one, and you can build independent application in that one. So there won't be any conflicts in between that one. So it's a more easier. You can use multiple frameworks as well. So our couple of clients also use that one. So you multiple frameworks like Fast for a front end they use basically. Then sometimes Fast APIs for this communicating with the front end like Angular, React, use that one. So it's like I mentioned, it's too easy to integrate and too easy to learn. So we get developers easily, and also any developer you want to train yourself, so you can do it at in-house as well.
Okay.
So it's too easy to can go with that one.
ओके सचिन, हमने बहुत सारे फ्रेमवर्क की अभी बात की, लेकिन आप ये बता सकते हो कि कौन सा फ्रेमवर्क कौन से एप्लीकेशन के लिए हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं, और ये जो हम फ्रेमवर्क कह रहे हैं ये फ्रेमवर्क कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव हो सकते हैं, और मतलब मोस्टली तो ये सिक्योर हो सकते हैं?
हाँ, गुड क्वेश्चन. So what happened? It's totally depend on a client. Client comes with his requirements, then what stats suggest. So we decide like future scope क्या है इसमें, इसमें क्या client और क्या चाहता है. Sometimes client उसको बोलता है कि भाई मुझे Django चाहिए, and just basic applications मुझे बनाना है. So we can go with the Django. Then Flask, so for there is more real-time communications. We have the multiple frameworks there. So again coming to like how to choose that one. This is totally depend on the requirement, the basic. Then cost effectiveness. So it's open source. So basically it's totally openly available. We can use anything, any library, anywhere. Then comes to the security, like how is secure is and what is happening. So it's open source, so it should be some security reasons. So yeah, the Python is more secure. You can check the stats. The Python also recently upgraded their versions, like currently it's Python 3.13. They are released. So it's a secure. You can check their README files. There has some security stats. They have upgraded how they are updating themselves. Then cost effectiveness, then security. There are inbuilt authorization is there, authentication is there. So the libraries are available freely. Again, it's a open source, so there won't be a major costing on that one. It's totally depend on time frame, how the project requirement is, and time frame. It's totally depend on that one. Some application can be built in 15 days, some will take a year, some take more than years, because totally depends on the requirement. So like earlier you have mentioned, you have to make a flight aviation application like us. It's totally depend because there is some real-time data analysis is going around. There is some flight discussions are going on. So there are multiple applications linked to it, that one. So it takes some more time. So some application take more than a year as well. So it's totally that one. So I answered here like which framework. So it's totally depend on the requirement. Cost effective because it's open source. It's cost effective. Time frame, it's depends on the requirement again. Like how client prefer that one. It's totally that one.
So thank you so much, Sachin, for your valuable information.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. If you have any question or query, then you can comment below.